Yo, what's up, boys and girls? I know it's been a very, 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 very long time, but it's time for me to get back to it. So, I'm back at you today, January 26th, with another episode of 2 by 12. Today, the first book I want to talk about is House of Slaughter, number 4, written by James Tinian, and with art by Werther Deladera. Now, this issue takes place in three time periods. Aaron and Jace in the past and them in the present are the main story, just like issues 1 through 3. With the history of La Maison de Boucher, which translates to the butcher's house, explaining Jace's mission of killing the dragon. This is a very, very good book. Um, the human interactions in this book, um, from two people that were in love to two people that have to feel like they are in a position where they have to kill each other or at least stay out of each other's way, but are still in love to a certain extent. There's still a lot of emotion there. There's still regret, deep, deep feelings. It's a very beautiful book. I can't lie about that. There's interaction in the book where Jessica, who we were introduced to as the trainer of Erica and Aaron as the younger Black Mask initiates. Jessica basically finds Aaron still asleep in Jace's bed in the past where the two boys initially meet, yada, 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 at the House of Slaughter. Um, and her discovery of the two of them having a relationship of that nature sparks a very deep conversation between Jessica and Aaron. A lot of writers would have went the route of making this a very I use very a lot, forgive me. A lot of writers would have went down the route of making this an LGBTQ thing, but Tinian is such a good writer that the sex of the boys, the sexuality of the boys, barely comes into play. Because Jessica's main concern is that Aaron has emotional connection, romantic feelings towards anyone at all, as that can be a big detriment in their line of work. Um, that emotion in the conversation, it reaches a fever pace. I'm not gonna say anything else about that. Just check out the book, all right? Um, we know that Something is Killing the Children was a fresh, wild, exciting ride. Any sequel to it would face scrutiny. That we can't really get around. Whether it was a sequel, a prequel, which this is, brother, sister, stand to the side, like another take, whatever. Any other continuation or any other story that takes place within that universe was going to face a lot of scrutiny simply because Something is Killing the Children is that good. This, while it's within that same universe, it's a completely different take. It goes in a completely different direction. Yes, there are monsters. Yes, there is monster slaying. Um, yes, there are, weapons, blood, gore, yada 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 yada, fights, yada 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 yada. But it's a different aspect of that universe, and it's definitely one worth picking up. If you haven't checked out House of Slaughter 1 through 3, pick them up, read them. They're available on Comixology in digital format. I'm pretty sure you won't be able to get your hands on the actual copies unless you're looking at second, third, and fourth printings at this point. But it's worth a read. Check it out. Let me know what you think. Stop video. Now, the second book we checked out this morning was Peacemaker, Disturbing the Peace, written by the incomparable Garth Ennis with art by Gary Brown. Man, where do I start? From Preacher, The Punisher, The Boys, The Pro. And this has already done everything he can to show us that he's got a very weird way of making violence work well. This book, Peacemaker, Disturbing the Peace, is just the latest edition of him doing what he does best. This one-off is dedicated to the origin story of Christopher Smith, the Peacemaker, from the death of his entire family, which is a story that's way too dark for me to talk about here. I do not want my brand new 8-year-old brand new channel being shut down for talking about things that go on in this book. Um, but from that on through to his time as a weapon for the United States Army and the Special Forces and all of that, Smith has approached life with a different set of rules and a very unique outlook, which has given him a reputation as someone that can get the job done no matter how dirty the work has to be. Now, from 1966 on through 2021, this is pretty much a throwaway character. He was a background cannon fodder. You see him in the background of a lot of different books, but he wasn't a primary focus. Deathstroke, he is not. Deadshot, he is not. But with James Gunn taking over the character, as well as a couple other well lesser known characters, for his reiteration of the Suicide Squad, mainly with John Cena taking over the role, being given the role, having the role, encompassing, embodying the role of the Peacemaker. Cena's a funny dude. I don't care what nobody say. If you don't like him, you don't like him. But that's a funny, charismatic dude. You gotta love that. He's very entertaining, pretty much no matter what he does. The only time John Cena hasn't really been entertaining was when it was supposed John Cena being John Cena on that reality show with the Bella twins or whatever. That's long gone in the past or whatever. But the character Peacemaker, like I said, from 1966 to 2021, pretty much a background character. DC has always had a, well, I'm not gonna say always, but DC has a way of making these irrelevant characters work. Harley Quinn has been the biggest, brightest, best example of that. Couple others that they've had have, well, at least recently, some of the other characters in the Suicide Squad, no less, um, and in the Harley Quinn show, the Magnificent Kite Man. Hell yeah! But this book is nowhere near as funny. Um, it's way darker than John Cena's embodiment of the role of the character, but there is humor there. There's a very dark, very 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 dark humor there. Um, but for this character, it somehow works. If you're not watching the show, you should check it out. It's very entertaining. If you just want to one off, just a quick introduction to the character, as I said, this details his origin up to where we are now, is really worth the read. And if you know Garth Ennis's work, then you know you will be entertained. All right, so that's pretty much it for today. Two books by 12. It's not even 9 yet. Let's get this cut together, poorly edited. That's my trademark. And get it sent out to you so I can live up to my word. And if you like it, let me know. If you don't like it, let me know. Talk to me. Let me know what you want to hear from me. Um, like, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. And I'm about to go to bed. Talk to you guys next time.